Hello, hello. I hope you're all doing well today. I hope some of you show up. It would be nice. It'd be lovely to talk to some of you. But today is Thursday. I had to think about it for a moment. Today is Thursday, May 7th. You are very close to the end, my friends. In fact, I just got an email. Just got an email today about final grading procedures. So I should be sending out an email to all of you and your parents. I would like to do it today, but I need confirmation on a couple of points. So I'm waiting for an email back on those subjects. And then once I know those answers, then I will email you. This is how things work right now. They send us information. I read it for a moment, think about it, and I'm like, hang on, but we didn't talk about this issue. And then I confirm with them, and then I push it out to you. This is why everything is very, very slow. I'm sorry about that. But today in Honors World History, what you guys are going to be doing is looking at 19th century imperialism, which is usually a topic that I like to spend a lot of time on because, number one, it annoys me, and number two, I think it's a topic that has a lot of relevance in the modern world, and so it's one that you should know a lot about. I did have to cut it a bit short because I'm trying to condense things here to get us as far into the present as we can. Sorry, my throat is a little bit weird today. So at any rate, yeah, it's a little bit fast in terms of what I would normally do, but we are pretty close to the end. For AP Comparative Government and Politics, today you guys are going to do some work for me on the Iranian civil society. And also political competition in Iran. You'll have to submit an uploaded file for me. And then you will have one final assignment for me, guys. You will have one more assignment that will be on Monday of next week. And that assignment is going to be a practice FRQ. Practice in the sense of like reviewing for the AP exam, but it's going to be an FRQ. I will grade it. It's going to be an FRQ, a quantitative FRQ, and it's going to involve Iran in some regard. So you can bet that there will be a chart or a graph or some data of some sort that you are going to need to engage with. And that will be the final assignment for this class for AP Comparative Government and Politics. I am currently entering your FRQ grades for Nigeria. I've got them done. I'm doing the very slow process of entering one grade and then saving and seeing what it does to your average. And if it drops you, I take it out and I put it in the comment section. I'm also putting a little bit of feedback into the comment section in Synergy, just letting you know how many points on the rubric you earned. I am using the rubric that I assigned you when we wrote that essay. I'm not using the modified rubric that they're using this year. I will on the next essay, the Mexico essay, I'll use the modified rubric, okay? But for this one, excuse me, for this one, I am using the original rubric. So just so you know, that's the one, because that's what we were operating under when you did it. So we're going with that. Yeah. So I do have a little bit of updated information. I do have a little bit of updated information about grades, but I'm waiting, like I said, for an email to confirm a couple of things before I respond to that. Okay. Yeah. Other than that, yeah, I hope your day is going well. It's nice outside. It's cool for May. It's remarkable, isn't it? And I think I'm probably going to do some drawing today while I kind of hang out here, just in case you've got stuff to say. Yesterday, I was doing some drawings, and yesterday I drew my friend's baby. There's the baby. Kind of looks like a baby. My friend was not insulted by it, so at least that's a good thing. I said over and over again yesterday, that's the danger of drawing actual people, is that you wind up with the possibility of insulting the person who asked you to draw it. So at any rate, today I don't think I'm going to draw a person. I feel like drawing velociraptors. I do. I think I'm going to draw a velociraptor. The question is, should I draw it in terms of like what we know it looks like now? Because now we know that it has feathers, which is pretty cool. But drawing feathers is actually really difficult. Let's see here. Let me find a good image of a velociraptor. No, I don't want that one. Okay, let's see. Can I download image? There we go. Okay, so here is my trick for drawing things in black and white. What I always do is I take image and then I grayscale it, because then once you grayscale it, it's a lot easier to see the tonal values of whatever it is you're drawing. So there we go. Now I have a black and white dinosaur, and this is what I'll draw from. So today's lesson in, like, this is Miss Galloway turns into Bob Ross. That's essentially what this is, right? So today's lesson is how to draw a dinosaur. I don't know, actually. I've never drawn a dinosaur before, so this is exciting for me as well. Let's see here. That's way too tiny. We'll use one. Okay. Did you know that part of the reason why the velociraptors in the original Jurassic Park, not Jurassic World, it's crap, but in the original Jurassic Park are so convincing in their movements, is because, first of all, they're practical effects. They're really not CGI except for in a very few number of places. So they're practical effects, meaning that there's actually something physically on, at the in the scene itself, which makes them a lot easier to react to, which is part of the reason why they're convincing. The other reason why they are convincing is because there were people in them. They're puppet suits. Like, people are inside of them. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite things about Jurassic Park, which happens to be one of my favorite movies. It really does hold up. Let's see here. Ooh. I don't know. We'll find out. It's always an adventure when you've never drawn a particular thing before and you decide to give it a shot. What is life without a little bit of experimentation? Okay. All right. Now we try going in and adding detail a little bit so that I can see the shape of it. None of this, by the way, is what any of my art teachers ever told me to do. Or maybe they did. I just wasn't listening. Really only took one art class. I mean, I've taken a couple of summer things, but like in terms of something where I got graded, only one. It was really due to my schedule, though, not due to lack of interest. It's what happens when you were in orchestra and stuff like that. It makes it very, very difficult to do other fine arts courses and graduate. All right, so we have the bare contour lines of a dinosaur. Not very good, but those are the bare contour lines. Now, we go in and we do some blackout. And I do this because it helps me kind of like see the negative space, which sounds really fancy, but it basically means that you see the places where things aren't. That's what negative space is, right? And negative space is really important in order to be able to make things look like they have weight and like value, to make them look real-ish, right? my pen is running out of ink. This is what happens when you've been drawing for like a month straight. I'm going to have to go at some point and buy more, which is ridiculous because I already own so many pens. I do not need any more. But apparently I'm using them up. I get to draw its little arm. I'm so excited about this. In a junkyard. It's funny. Nobody ever gives you lessons on how to draw velociraptors, and I feel like that should be something that is included more frequently in art classes. I think they're very useful. Hello, hello. What am I drawing this morning, Dr. Roach? A velociraptor. Not a whole lot of kids in right now. Actually, hang on. I've got to answer this. Okay, apologies. Hello? Hey, what's up? Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm sorry. It's a little hard for me to hear you right now. Um, what were you just saying? Okay. 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 So if I tell a student that if they have any finished work, they could drop it off there, and then I could come by and pick it up. Okay. All right. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Mhm. All right. Yeah, I'm doing all right. It keeps me sane. I draw during office hours. Just I kind of hang out online so that if the kids want to jump in and ask questions, they can. And sometimes they're there, and sometimes they're not. So when they're not, I draw. So, but yeah, no. What was I gonna say? Yeah, the question about like what do we do about the kids who aren't doing things like that, and also I just wanted confirmation from Jamie about if because previously we'd been told that the last day of instruction was going to be the 12th. Does this mean that if we're only accepting assignments, or rather that their assignments are due on the 11th, that the final day of instruction is the 11th then? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm done in terms. I'm glad I paced it this way. I'm done as of Monday. I just wanted to know for a fact so I could send an email out. Um, okay. All right. Okay. Alrighty. So thank you. I appreciate it. And I hope, are you out fishing or outside or something? No? Hmm. Okay. All right. Well, have a good day. Okay. All right. Bye. Apologies. Phone call I couldn't not take. Okay. Yeah, this thing may be almost done. It's a shame. Hello, hello. I've got a couple of other people there. So today is Thursday. We are coming to the end of our online adventure. Should be wrapping everything up next week, primarily for my seniors, a little bit longer for my sophomores. And today, I'm drawing a dinosaur. kind of feeling watching maybe Jurassic Park later on today while I grade. I don't know. There's something comforting about watching dinosaurs eat people who make poor science-based decisions. Hey, Kamaya. How are you, honey? It's good to see you. What have you been up to? No, the I'm back thing. That's not Friday the 13th. I'm not sure what that is, Dr. Roach. So what's up, Dr. Roach? What's up, Kamaya? What can I do for all of you? I'm sorry I was on the phone there. It's a bit rude of me to do that, but that was my department head answering a question that I had. You can't hear me now? Oh, you've been anxious, actually, honey. I'm sorry. What do you do that relaxes you? For me, that's part of the reason why I'm drawing, is because it gives me a task and it gives me something that I can feel good about in terms of an accomplishment at the end, right? It gives me something to really focus in on, something small and kind of detail oriented that I can sort of think about and um, really try to kind of like just zero in on different parts. Like instead of letting my brain go crazy and kind of like spiral out of control and things like that, instead I'm working on drawing a dinosaur. Like that is what I am doing. And it's sort of meditative for me. So I saw your pictures that you did of sidewalk chalk. That was really great. That seems like it would be a good thing for anxiety. Can you guys hear me okay? Dr. Roach was acting like she couldn't hear me. So I'm not sure if my mic is working or not. I'm seeing the green kind of go back and forth, indicating that I'm talking. And I mean, obviously, I can hear me. Oh, your computer muted me. Okay, so it wasn't me. All right, good. Glad to know it wasn't me. You've been working on your life more religiously. That's good. If your community of faith gives you like some tools for dealing with anxiety, that's wonderful. And you've been going outside more? Good. Hmm. Oh, you're tie-dyeing with your neighbors. Chandler was telling me about his adventures in dye recently. Apparently, he has got to the point where he is altering all of his clothing. He told me he was bleaching one leg of a pair of jeans and putting patches on another. Um, I got no idea as to what the point of that really is. But what do I know? It's not exactly like I'm a fashion icon. And I suspect Chandler is a little bit more into it than I am. Okay, Dr. Roach, just so you know, there are very few people watching right now. So honestly, a better place to send that would be through Remind. So like that's yeah, if you want them to know that, I would make sure that you either send them an email or put it on your blog or send a remind out because there aren't a whole lot of people watching right now. Okay. All right. And you started drinking your coffee with no sugar? Yeah, sugar doesn't help? Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I did. I'm good. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, there are certain things that I really like that I realized are bad for me in terms of like giving me headaches and things like that, Kamaya. So like I really like blue cheese, but every time I eat it, I wind up with migraines. So no more blue cheese for me, which is sad. So sad. But you got to be careful about that sort of stuff, right? And I don't know if it helps you at all. And there can be like religious aspects to it if you like, but I do a lot of meditation because that kind of helps me with my anxiety, especially when my brain gets going in the middle of the night and I can't get it to shut up. So I have an app on my phone called Headspace, which sounds silly. Bye, Dr. Roach. We've got it's a app on my phone called Headspace, and it works you through guided meditations. It's non-religious, but there are religious meditations out there that if that helps, those can be really nice. I find it's just useful for me to have some sort of like routine. You love Headspace? Headspace is so good, man. It's totally worth it. I use it all the time. In fact, when we're at school, during my planning period, I usually turn off the lights at some point and make myself do a meditation in the middle of the day just because it helps me kind of refocus, especially when you guys are being a lot. When you're a lot, then I meditate a lot. Some days you guys are a lot. Yeah, those are really good. I like on Headspace, like the sleep music that they have. I don't like the ASMR things at all. That's not my jam, but some people it works for them. So like, who am I to who am I to throw stones on it? But I really like the sleep music stuff that's just kind of like low quiet stuff that doesn't really have a melody to it. My problem is if I put on instrumentals like Bach or Beethoven or something like that. I know that music because I was in orchestra, so I used to play it. And so I sit there and I think about the fingering patterns and like all of that sort of stuff. So that's no good for me because it gets my brain going too much. But I like kind of like the quiet sort of only it's not atonal, but just sort of like the amelodic ones. I think those are really helpful for me. What do we think, Kamaya? Does it look like a dinosaur so far? Oh, you weren't here yesterday, so I don't know if you saw my drawing yesterday. Yesterday, my buddy asked me to draw her baby. That is a dangerous thing to do because if you screw up drawing somebody's baby, they get really upset. So I drew her baby and then I texted it to her and I was like, please don't hate me. But she liked it, so I feel pretty good about it. So that's what I drew yesterday. Her baby is very cute. So what are you going to do today? What is the game plan, honey? Have you finished up your work for me today? Not to like stress you out on it. Yeah, she's a cute baby. You were in and out yesterday, but you were in the middle of a nap and somehow you ended up in office hours. You clicked the link just like out of habit. It's all right. It's fine. Mhm. Yeah, she's a cute baby. I haven't met her yet. My friend lives in Texas. I really haven't seen her much since we graduated college, which is a shame. And Vicky is a ER doctor right now. So she and I have been talking a lot more recently, just, you know, checking in with her and making sure she's okay. You're missing your family? Yeah. I take your time on it, Kamaya. The one thing I do have to say is I am going to send out an email to this effect, probably after lunch, because I was waiting on some confirmation, which I got while we've been doing this. But I need all of your grades in by the end of the day on Monday. Okay. Um, oh no. Are they hurt? Are they okay? Or is it just property damage? I mean, property damage is bad enough, but are they okay? I'm so sorry to hear that. That's awful. What a time to have that happen too. Yeah, we're going to have to get. We just got it today, so that's fun to pass on to you guys with very little notice, but it is what it is. Yeah, you're going to have to get all your work into your teachers by the end of the day on Monday, so we can work on finalizing grades and chasing stuff down and everything like that. So, what that means is your uncle had burns on his hand, but he's at home. Oh my God, 11%. Oh, Jesus. I'm so sorry, Kamaya. She'll be okay. That's horrific. I'm so sorry. 11% is still an awful lot. And burns are horrifically painful, so I'm very, very sorry. But I'm sure you guys will help them out as much as you can from a distance, and hopefully, they'll recover well. Is their house okay or their home okay? I mean, is it livable? Or are they going to have to live somewhere else? Kitchen was the only main part with damage. That's good. All right. Kitchen fires are terrifying. I am absolutely terrified of them. Um, and so I don't fry things just because I'm scared to death that I'll start an oil fire. I mean, I have a fire extinguisher in the kitchen. I know exactly what you're supposed to do with regards to a fire, but do you think with all the other grades you'll manage to get to an 80? So I actually had another student contact me with sort of a similar question earlier today. And number one, I never promise students any grade because I think that's bad policy. Okay. I am not in the habit of promising a grade because things happen, and I really just don't want to lie to you guys. Yeah. That being said, you've been doing really great work for me, Kamaya. And I am working right now on putting in some big grades. Today, I've been working on putting in your argument essay for Nigeria. And that goes in as a test. Okay. And I can't remember what you got. I'd have to look up my records right now, but I will put it in by the end of the day. Those grades that are end of unit assessments, like your MyP multiple choice thing, your Nigeria argument essay, your Mexico argument essay, and then the assignment I'm going to give you guys on Monday, which is an FRQ. It's a quantitative FRQ on Iran. Is those right there are going to all go in the test quiz category because they're end of unit assessments, right? Those are the ones that are likely to move you the most. So those are the ones where you should really, really emphasize your time. But I am also considering how much work you guys have done over this time. Okay. So that means, I am going to look, if you're real close, you've been really engaged, kid. You've been doing your work on a regular basis, all of that sort of stuff. In that case, we'll see. I'm not promising anything, but I am going to be looking at the degree to which you've been engaged, and kind of think about that as a metric. All right. The other thing you can do, go back and look for any zeros you had prior to March 13th. Okay. Go back and look for any zeros you had. Email me the list of assignments and I will respond with the assignment. Getting rid of zeros is one of the best ways you can fix your grade. Okay. So I would strongly recommend that you go back and you look, are there any zeros that you have that you could maybe get rid of? Okay. That would be a very, very effective thing to do. Okay. And did I replace it yet? I have to, this is part of my craziness right now, is the number of emails I am getting. Me keeping up with everything is kind of driving me slightly insane, but that's okay. We're almost there. Oh, yeah, it was the group and individual identity, right? It was that one. Here, I'll go check right now and see if I've got it, if I've changed it. Oh, come on. There we go. Takes me 4 times to enter my password here. Okay, there you are. Nope, I hadn't put it in yet. Let me fix that right now. Yeah, that sent you up a point. There you go. Nope, we're all good. So that sent you up a point. You're getting closer. I might have to switch to a Sharpie here. I hate Sharpie. Celebrate time. Is that the only zero you had? Okay, because that is honestly, that's the way to move the grade, man. I will do what I can. Okay, within ethical parameters. Okay, it's really important that I be able to. It's important to me that I be able to justify grades and to feel like they are earned rather than just assigned. Yeah. So, do go back, make sure there's no other missing assignment, okay? And double check stuff. Okay. Not graded yet. It was a graphic organizer. Okay, yeah. No, those sort of things like the graphic organizers, those will all go in the classwork section. So unless she got a bunch of zeros and stuff like that, it's unlikely to jump you a whole lot. The area that's going to matter most is the quizzes and stuff like that. That's where things matter. Dinosaur progresses. We're getting there. Starting to look like it might want to eat you. Pooey? Pooey what? The dinosaur is going to eat you? That's an interesting response there. Mm. I've been astounded at how many of you guys have never seen the original Jurassic Park, and very saddened by that, frankly. The original Jurassic Park is excellent. It was the first really scary movie I saw in a movie theater. It was my 10th birthday present. I got to go see that movie. You really want to watch all the original Disney princess movies? I love Cinderella. I adore. No, I love Cinderella, and I also love Sleeping Beauty. Um, Sorry, student request here. Okay. So you want to watch all the original Disney princess movies? Oh, you get to see your mom for Mother's Day? Oh, that's lovely. So what sort of necklace did you get her? Oh, that's so sweet. That's very nice. I ordered something from my mother for Mother's Day, but I don't know that it's going to get there in time. So I think I'm going to drive over to their house and maybe bring her some baked goods and some stuff like that. Um, and a card, at least on Mother's Day, and hang out in the yard with them for a little bit. Because I don't want to not go see her on Mother's Day, but I have to be careful. And I got her, my mom needs her knee replaced. And they've kind of thought, well, they're under quarantine anyway. Um, and the surgery is outpatient, pretty much. It would be done at a doctor's office, not at the hospital. So they're talking with their doctor right now to see whether or not it's a good idea for them to go ahead and do it right now. Just, it's an elective surgery to a degree, but it is one that she's having a lot of pain, so she does need to take care of it fairly soon. So that means she'll be housebound even more for about 6 weeks or so. And I decided I'd get her a bunch of puzzles and things like that so she could. Hang on, sorry, student request here. So I don't know if, she won't be able to go places for a while. Okay. You're making banana bread with your neighbors today? Oh, banana bread is super good. Unfortunately, bananas never last long enough around with me for me to have extra bananas to make banana bread. I eat them. How go your Sims? Have they done any remarkably dumb things recently? Mine always did. Like, how did I make you this stupid? I don't understand. Almost one household is finishing their third year of college. So one group is almost about ready to graduate. Good job. The rest of them, not so much. You're getting there. Starting to look like a dino. There we go. Let's name him Terry. Terry the Velociraptor. What about him makes you think he's a Terry? Looks like he might want to eat you. Drinking coffee without sugar. I cannot drink coffee with sugar in it. It's way too sweet. I usually don't drink it straight black, but I can. I, I I will if I need to. I usually like just a touch. I always tell the people at coffee shops, like essentially just kind of like wave the creamer near it. Like that's all I want. I want it to barely change color, like just a little bit. But they never really get it. So I usually do it myself because otherwise they add way too much. Getting there. Got to work on his arm. His arm isn't working right. So you're learning about SIDS and SUIDS? That's scary stuff, man. That always freaked me out. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, that's the sort of stuff that would give me a nightmare if I were a parent. But it is important to know about, right? To get a better understanding of like why you need to do what you do with small children. Everybody has a moment with an infant where you're like, I think I broke it. No, it happens. But babies are, one of my good friends is a pediatrician, and he always says, like, this is not to encourage you to be careless with infants, but infants bounce. Um, that sounds really dumb, but because they're so like you have to be careful with their neck and their heads, right? And there can be really bad things that happen and everything, but because they are so loose, that sounds weird, but because like their muscle tone is so loose, they don't tense up before they hit things because they don't know better. They don't know it's going to hurt, so they don't tense up, and that actually can help them a little bit. It's called the ragdoll effect, um, and so children sometimes because they don't because they're too young to know better, they won't tense in the same sort of way, and that actually kind of like prevents kids from getting hurt. It's the same thing that happens sometimes in car crashes where you have people who are intoxicated. Um, Sometimes the fact that they are intoxicated means that they don't tense their bodies as much. And that can actually save them from some really, really poor outcomes, especially with the head and the neck. That isn't an advertisement for being intoxicated and driving, but it is a unintended consequence thereof. So, um, yeah, yeah. Exactly. So like it isn't to say, yeah, feel free to throw the baby around, but it is to say that like everybody at some point does something with the baby. Everybody does. And everybody panics because we know that babies are delicate. We just also forget that they're kind of meant to like not be bendy a little bit, a little bit. Babies are human bendy straws. Maybe not so much. Maybe not that bendy, but they are definitely a lot more flexible than adults are. And that can save them sometimes. Yeah, you do not need one of your own right now, kiddo. Wait a bit on that one, okay? Don't give me a heart attack. They are very cute, but there's a whole lot of expense and also obligation involved with them. So, maybe hold off until you're, financially capable of taking care of one. You didn't do the Harkness. Go and do it. Okay? Deep breath. You got until Monday. Get it done. Okay? Go listen to the podcast. Podcasts are good and relaxing. Okay? Listen to the podcast and then go do the Harkness. Oh, no, you can upload a video, honey. It's okay. Unless you're like incapable of doing it, just go ahead and do it. It's all right. Nobody's going to judge you for doing it a little late. Okay? Okay? Okay, kiddo. It is time, I think, for me to go and do a bit more grading. Woohoo. Everybody's favorite. So I'm going to let you go. Take your time on stuff, kiddo. Okay. You have a bit more time. You don't need to rush. And I will see you later. Okay. Dinosaur says, go do your work.